All right, we're going live everywhere else. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central. I'm your head camp counselor, Doc. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have Raph, 17, and he can't stop me. Ramirez. Raph, how are you, sir?
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. Next, we got Miles. Why, oh, why are my genetics such a bitch, Francis? Miles, how are you?
Good, man. I was going to sing everything tonight, like the subtitles
Yeah.
bit, but I just I don't have the voice for it.
Oh, man, you should sing, though. That would be awesome. I would love it.
You can sing.
I was thinking the
That
same.
would be great. Oh, my cats are fighting. Interesting. Next, we got David. I remember marking every victim with acute precision. Jessup. David, how are you, sir?
I'm excited to talk about this movie I didn't know I loved so much.
Oh, fuck yeah. And finally, we got Richie. I'm a monster. I'm a villain. What perfection. What precision. The Whiz Kid. What's your last name? Tressler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's according to Zoom, it's the Whiz Kid.
The Whiz Kid, yeah. How are you, Richie?
I'm doing great. I need to apologize to at least two of you about
Why?
this. Raffi, I'm sorry that this
Yeah,
movie
bro.
didn't have any lesbian teachers that were trying to molest their underage students. And Miles, I'm sorry that there were no subtitles on this one. I know how both of you love those things.
It did have two hot twins, though.
That's enough.
There was
man.
the
Double it.
comic book section that's like subtitles.
That
I
was
had to
pretty cool.
read.
Which oddly they didn't. I thought that it would have been better if they had the grave robber actually say the things that were on the subtitles, which I thought was a weird decision. But we'll get there.
Interesting.
So you are for dubbing instead of subbing. I knew I had to-
Yes, I am. All right, release date July 2018, November 7th, 2008. Running time 98 minutes with a budget of 8.5 million. Box office 188,000.
Ouch.
Wow.
Ouch.
Synopsis: a worldwide epidemic encourages a biotech company to launch an organ financing program similar in nature to a standard car loan. The repossession clause is a killer, however. All right, so let's check out the
Starring
trailer.
Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker.
I thought that was the movie too. That's so weird. All right, let's watch the trailer, or at least a portion of it. All right, let's
Rich
go.
was already giving out the recommendation.
This was Richie's recommendation. It's his movie.
By the middle of the 21st
I was talking about
century,
Repo.
organ failure
Repo
had
Man.
become
my
a
bad.
worldwide epidemic. But GeneCo was there to satisfy the demand
So,
for organ replacement.
Just so you all know, the guy who plays the gravekeeper, he's a writer of the script and the music. He also did the panels for the comic book section.
Damn, dude.
The problem is, if you miss a payment, GeneCo sends out the
Oh
Repo Man.
shit!
So the
And when he finds
okay,
you,
let's say the movie gonna be
your
shown.
time is up.
Pretty much, yeah. The trailer's long. Wow. I'm rocking to that.
An account at once. This payment is past due.
That song wasn't in the movie.
No,
There were two songs that were in the deleted scenes.
I think that's good enough for the trailer.
Richie has the director's cut.
All right, I was rocking to that. All right, yeah, we watched Repo, the genetic opera. Like I said, Richie's pick. All right, histories with the movie. Does anyone have history other than Richie? Has anyone-
I have a weird history in that I've never seen it until Sunday, or was it Saturday I watched it. But it was one of those movies I always saw on the Blockbuster aisle, and I've almost rented it about 1,000 times. And I never knew it was a rock opera. I thought it was just a slasher horror movie. I never read the genetic opera. I never would have thought. But if I would have known it was a rock opera, I would have watched it.
See, I had
way
the
earlier.
almost exact opposite situation in that I saw this movie on the shelf at Blockbuster like all the time, like, oh, this looks badass. But I traditionally don't like musicals, so I'd be like, oh, a rock opera, never mind.
Yeah, damn. Richie, how did you come across it?
This was something that was on my dad's radar for a long time, and I can't remember. He might have been one of the $188,000 spent in theaters. Like if I pull out my Blu-ray right now, the Blu-ray is from Blockbuster, and I worked there for almost 6 years, so I'm pretty sure my dad just went in and bought it at that point. But I'd only seen like 5 minutes of it before earlier today when I watched it.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah.
never really saw it before this. So
I wanted to pick a movie that I would get to see with fresh eyes, basically.
Oh wow, that's
Nice.
cool.
very nice. We got somebody coming in. Camp/Midnight Society. I don't know
That's
who the
Jay.
heck it is, but let's get them in here. There's no video. All right,
He's
who is
coming.
it? Who is
It's
it?
Jay, dude.
The mystery. Oh, you are. It's Jay. What's up, Jay?
How we doing, guys?
Hello,
Good,
Jay.
good. It's good to see you,
The-
Jay. We got to give him a thing. It's Jay. Maggots, vermin. They want the world for nothing. McClintock. There we go. We got him going. All right, Jay. Have you
Thank-
seen this movie before? You got history with it?
Oh, tons, man. I'm like the biggest Buffy fan you've ever met, man. I watch Buffy the musical like once a year for the best 20 years. So Anthony Stewart Head's doing it. Count me in.
Yeah. So you saw this when it first came out?
Oh yeah, actually I saw this. It's funny because this movie. I love when movies come out that are very similar to one another. So another movie about repossessing organs came out around the same time called Repo Men with Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker.
really?
This is an absolutely true story.
Wow, this
and
is the
I
first I'm hearing of this.
Raph didn't bring it up earlier or anything. All right, but so the same movie, similar movie came out with a similar premise, right?
And then I actually saw the wrong movie. I saw this movie with Emilio Estevez called Repo Man. With
That's a
him and-
great,
I know that
great,
one.
dude. That soundtrack. If you like punk rock music from the '80s, that's a killer soundtrack, man.
yeah. I've seen the movie. Blah blah blah.
Right on. Right on. All right, well, let's get into talking about it. It begins with comic book panels. And like I said, I think I would have liked them better if the grave robber would have read them out. It seemed a little bit weird that he didn't. And it seemed a little bit weird that we had to read them ourselves. But they were short enough that it wasn't a big deal. And it was just weird that they used them to begin with. I thought that was the only thing that was kind of off in this movie. Did anyone enjoy the comic book panel aspect?
No,
I
didn't.
liked
I didn't.
those a lot. I just
I
thought that
enjoyed
the
them.
grave robber character was almost unnecessary to some extent. Like,
No,
Yeah.
he's the bard. He's the one telling the story. You know
nah,
what I mean?
if I'm reading it to
Yeah.
your point that you just made, like
Yeah.
that's what I'm like. It seems like having both, but not having him like tell the story is redundant.
Yes.
But I actually like the comic book panels a lot. Like I thought those were really fun.
Right on. And like I said, it's weird. The guy who played the grave robber, he's the one who did the panels, so he's a comic book artist too, and an inker.
He wanted
and-
everybody to shut up and let him just like focus on his work.
Well, I mean, the history of it is very interesting. They began it as an idea in like the early 2000s, and it was an off-Broadway kind of situation where they put together a version of the play and the songbook and everything like that. And then they started just doing it as like a small thing, and people liked it. It got good reviews, so they just kept creating and changing as they created, and they continued to rewrite the songs and remove songs and change some of the characters. Like the father of the company, he wasn't always a father; he was actually the youngest brother originally. So they changed that to be the father character, and then they took out some of the other characters and switched them around. They ended up removing some songs. Richie, I think you said that earlier. They removed 2 songs from the movie alone. So it eventually, in the 2008, Darren Lynn Bousman, who directed Spiral, which we just watched recently, and a lot of
nice.
the Saw movies. I think he directed 2, 3, and 4. He created the movie, but he also directed one of the performances, stage plays for it. So he was very familiar with the material. So he was probably the right director to do it. But yeah, what's interesting, like I said, the Bard character is one of the writers of the musical himself, and I think he kills it. I think he's awesome. I think the grave robber is probably the best in the movie, next to the father. Oh, Raph, you're shaking your head. No, what's up?
Yeah, no, we could have done away with the grave robber. He
Why?
Really, other than narrating and giving you a little bit of backstory, I could have just read a couple more comic book strips and I would have been fine with that. But yeah, the father has to be the best actor or the best character in this one. I really enjoyed him.
He kills it, and he was on Buffy, right? You said, Jay? He was. On,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Anthony Stewart Head, man. Yeah.
He played the
Nathan.
the Rufus character, but who wasn't Rufus? Who was the
Giles.
Yeah, I
There
couldn't
you
think of
go.
his name. So yeah, I mean, and yeah, they did musicals on Buffy, and that's when Darren Lynn Bousman saw that. He literally is like, I want him in this movie as the Repo man, and I thought that was pretty cool. He did not want Paris Hilton though, which about halfway through the movie, I'm like, is that fucking Paris Hilton?
I did the
What's going
same thing. I did the exact same thing. I
Yeah,
have
but
the cover and I didn't realize her name was on it.
I thought she was really good in this.
She
like
was
that's the
good.
weird part. I even said like halfway through watching this, I wish that she had brought this much passion and energy to her sex tape. It would have been
on?
Which one?
One Night in Paris is like the most boring porno I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Oh my god, I'm getting
One Night in China is pretty bad too.
Oh yeah, but
At least China looks like she's having fun. Paris is like, it's almost like, is this what watching somebody who's been roofied looks like? Like it was
God.
not a good experience.
It's pretty bad, yeah.
But
say
you still
Red?
watch the whole thing.
I don't know, David. Accuracy? I'm just kidding.
Why do you think I'm keeping quiet?
So
Anything he
We're on
says
debate.
can and will be used against him in the court of
Yes.
law.
but she's pretty good in the movie, but like I didn't even realize it was her until like after her big scene where she gets injected and stuff like that. I was like, then I was like, is that Paris Hilton? But the whole time I was thinking like she's killing it.
Dude,
but
I read
not-
something kind of cool about her for this movie. You said like he didn't even want to give her an audition. Apparently, like when she finally got her audition, she showed up like in full costume with like passion and like was really there to kill it. And then even at one point, the production ran out of money, so she agreed to do a nightclub appearance just to like fundraise for the
Yeah.
film. Essentially,
It was
Dang.
Oh, that's really cool, man.
$50,000, yeah.
And a lot of the
$50,000.
costumes used for like the background characters were from her personal collection.
Oh, that's dope.
That's
So
super
like she
cool.
contributed. Like it's really weird seeing how like dedicated she was, but apparently she just really loved the story and the script a lot and thought she'd be perfect for that character.
And
And
now
she
she's
was
a DJ.
terrible in Wax House of Wax. Like she just
Yeah.
it didn't even
Not
seem
bad.
like she was trying, but in this she was so much better. It was like I was really impressed with her character actually.
Right on. Yeah, she's good. Bill Moseley brings the fucking pain. I love Bill Moseley regardless of what he does. Like the dude is a character actor through and through. He kills it. And this character is just a lot of vulgarity and yelling, but I'm there for it. I'm like, he's doing the lines. The brother who's in the mask or the face, I don't know what he is, but he was cool too. Like everyone's doing top notch
Bro.
performances.
Paul Sorvino on it, the actual fucking the guy owning the whole company and
Mhm.
stuff.
The
The
crime
father.
boss.
Rizzo.
Yeah,
or
that was
Totally
great.
Roddy.
Roddy. Thank
Roddy,
you. I couldn't
Roddy.
think of the name. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a good character actor too.
And
Well,
you,
just
you
im-
never, and this is the thing, he's like a legit actor.
Yeah.
Like of all the people in this movie, I mean, he was in Goodfellas. I mean, this guy has got skins on the wall. And for him to go all in and just knock it out of the park, singing, acting, everything was great to see. He brought a lot of gravitas to the role. But can we get to the fucking music?
All right. get
Fuck
the-
yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit. And I love the fact that it just is like, there is no pausing, dude. There is no, let's stop and like have a little expose and talk for a while. It is like song after song and they're short. So there's nothing that you're like, oh, get this over with. It's like boom, 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 boom. I fucking loved it. Okay, I'm done.
I think there were
In that regard, I'm sorry.
there's 59 songs I think in this movie, and
Insane.
it's barely little talking. Go ahead, Jay. What were you going to say?
Well, that's what an opera is. I mean, it really is an opera. I worked a couple operas in college, and like, yeah, there is no talking. It is 100% singy, sing, sing. So
is that like even different from a musical, where a musical would be like
Absolutely.
Oh,
acting
yes,
with
very
British
different.
song?
Music has tons of talking
Dialogue.
parts.
Yeah.
That's why in this one you're like, man, all they're doing is sing. I was like, yeah, that's an opera, man. Operas do not tell the story in any way except for song. That's just the way it is.
Honestly,
So
it's weird.
love
I
how-
I enjoyed
Yeah.
this one more than I normally enjoy most musicals, and I did not know there was a difference. I'm wondering if it's like the back and forth is what bothers me. It's like a break in the flow of the narrative, because I actually thought this was pretty cool, and I agree the way it would just like flow from one song to the next. And most of the songs, as David already pointed out, were fucking bangers, dude. Like, I mean, there was never a time where I was like, oh, I'm kind of over this one.
It's my only complaint is there's not a single 525,000.
Thank God there wasn't. Shut
There's
up before
no
it gets
song
stuck.
that is like super rememberable other than maybe
Okay.
Repo Man.
Thankless Job is pretty memorable. That was a pretty banging spot.
Yeah,
Well,
I just-
maybe
nothing's
Ducky,
near-
because there's so many. Maybe it's because there are so many songs it's really hard to focus on one because you're boom, boom, boom right after another.
And I'm not against any of the songs. I thought it was great, but it's not an earworm. I'm looking for an earworm. What is the song I take with me? Where's my cat's memories moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, like there's well, again, you're talking about musicals. Like as far as operas go, that you probably know a lot of the songs from. You probably don't even know the words, but you know the rhythm is like Carmen. Carmen's got a ton of little riffs that are used in commercial projects and everything, but you couldn't tell me the name of any of those songs. And that's another big difference between the world of opera and the world of musicals, is that it's you're like you said, you're lambasted with everything, so it's kind of hard to just you can't like it's hard to pick apart an opera as much as it is to experience it all at once. That's what at least in my experience.
Look, well, I think a musical is for a younger audience because you have a less time to pay attention, so that you need to stop singing so somebody refreshes your memory, so they talk. And then the opera is for an older audience who can sit through it and pay attention. Bro, I was captivated from the moment it started to the end. I thought I wasn't gonna like it because opera, I'm not that big of a fan, but it was great. And then it was different genre. It wasn't just rock. It was classical, and then there was almost EDM in there, and then rock. It was just
some goth. You had some goth in there.
There was definitely a lot of chugga guitars going on, which I was there for. Because like my thought was, this is kind of like Edgelord the musical, and I kind of dug it though. I was like, I'm totally edgelording right now with this, and I'm digging it. Raph, I thought you didn't like it. I thought you were gonna say you hated it.
No, I was gonna say I liked this movie, but I could have done without the singing, but I didn't get to it. It was really fun. The kill, it was awesome. It was just awesome.
I was literally on the edge of my seat watching it. I'm not joking, because I was like,
really?
What the fuck's gonna happen?
That's how I was.
Ooh, Richie, really? What do you mean by really? Did you like it? Or
I just he didn't think we were gonna like it.
I about 15 minutes in, I was like, everybody's gonna fucking hate this. I thought the beginning of the movie was incredibly boring, and I felt like the songs were like they were forcing the lyrics at the beginning of the movie. I felt like as the story got more intertwined, and I felt like it got more encompassing, and it was a lot better at that point. Once you realize how connected everybody was, it got a lot more enjoyable. Once we started talking about Blind Mag, who I love that character, I thought it got a lot better. But the beginning, I loved that they were going all in with their acting and singing at the beginning, but it almost kind of took me out of the moment. Like I wasn't quite ready for the extreme level at the beginning, but I felt like it got better. I just wish, like, whole time I was like, this is a horror podcast, and I feel like I've seen very little horror at this point. And I had to just kind of break my mind away from that thought and just try to enjoy the movie. I wanted there to be more killing in the movie, honestly.
What about the first kill? He literally cuts her throat and rips out her heart. Like,
great gore, man.
The puppet scene, dude. The puppet scene was by far my favorite.
That was
thing
fantastic.
In the movie.
Yeah, when he's
like singing in puppet, like
puts that hand up in there and starts making him talk. That was horrific,
but
man.
They said that the opera at the end, the narrator, the bard, said it was going to be like incredibly bloody, and then only 2.5 people, I'll say, died because the old man died of a heart attack. So I guess 3, but or cancer or whatever got him. But I felt like the ending was going to be a lot bloodier. But I did love the way that the Blind Mag's death. That was a really cool.
Sweet, man. She takes
I was wondering how they're going to do that
and
one.
takes out the eyes.
Yeah.
Pops them out. That was bomb, dude. And those eyes were so cool. The fact that they were like projector eyes. That song when she's singing, she's projecting the picture of her mother in front of her, and the mother singing like kind of in unison with her. I thought
it reminds me of those people that can like do a loop where they're playing like every single instrument and looping it, and then by the time they go around like 7 times, they have like the whole band. They're singing their guitar, their piano, their drums, or all of it. She's just like doing that in the future.
Yeah, it was it was badass. Yeah, I felt like it was bloody enough. Like the only thing I wanted more with is when he's killing like the random soldiers that are coming for him. But I was like, but by that point, I was like, you know what, I'm fine with this, because I was so in the flow of the movie, and I can't stress enough, edge of the seat. Like, I don't get that way for movies, and I'm sitting there like so intrigued because I didn't know where the story was going, and it's a simple story of revenge, but it
moves really fast.
Yeah, and it's so intriguing, and like it doesn't have a traditional 3-act structure, and I was totally down for the story. The fact that he has this daughter that he keeps held in the house, and and you're kind of not sure she's sick because she's going out on her own. You know what I mean? Like, and that whole thing where he was poisoning her, that was quite a
Find
twist
out.
for me because I didn't think he was. I like that was a whole different thing that came across in the third act. Did you guys kind of suspect he was poisoning her? I just thought he was keeping her there. So
Oh
No.
yeah, I got a Munchausen by proxy vibe from him.
Yeah, big time.
And the fact that she forgives him in the end, you know, when she's totally like, I still love you. And the way that it parallels the story of the rich man who has the 3 children he can't stand, who fake love him because they want his millions. And they keep reiterating over and over again, I'm going to get the old man's money when he dies. No, I'm going to get the old man's money. And then you've got this girl who is actually being abused by her father who still loves him at the end of it. I thought that was interesting. Because, like, he's not a good guy.
But was he abusing her though? He was
Yeah,
just
he was poisoning her,
experimenting.
man.
Poisoning her, dude.
And he
But
straight
he
up
was trying to
slapped her
find
at
the
that one part.
cure though.
He-
Wasn't he?
No,
Well,
I think
he
that
was
part was a
basically.
lie.
I think I got the vibe because he lost the wife situation
And wanted
But
to
he
keep
kept-
her
he-
locked up.
and kept her. She was like a representation of his wife, and kind of like, I don't want to lose you again,
Yeah.
so I'll just keep you. I'll keep you
Yeah.
sick, like
Keep you.
Munchausen by proxy. I'll keep you sick, so you'll need me. You'll
That's-
always need me.
I think that's
I
why
like
they
that
had her
choice,
wear-
though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's why they put her in the black dress at the end, because it was like psychological warfare to like
Mhm.
remind him even further, like, you know, representing what you lost.
Yeah.
But he had the cure too, is the fucked up part, and they never reveal, like, they reveal to the audience that Roddy is the one that switched the drug inside Nathan's home before he tried to administer the cure to his wife. And like, you think that thread's going to get pulled further later on in the story, and it never does. That's just this terrible secret that we know, and now everybody who knows is dead, so they'll never know that like Nathan actually had the cure at one point, more than likely.
Yeah, but she doesn't even have the disease. That's what's fucked up. She doesn't have
Yeah.
the disease. He's just
What she
fucking-
does now.
Yeah, after all the poisoning. it's fucking bullshit.
Very layered choices. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
And
very cool.
I loved her song when she does the rock and roll thing and the
the
in the
17
bedroom.
song. Like,
17,
I'm
yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
17.
so
Where you
so
shit-
cool.
where
I
you
like
shit
that
in
the
a tear.
guitar, I'm sorry, the skeleton like comes to life and is like
Yeah.
dancing in the
Stuffed
background. and
animals
shit.
jamming.
Yeah.
And then Joan Jett motherfucking shows
That's
up.
who that was. Yeah.
She brings the chuggas like a
Yeah.
son of a bitch. I was like, oh, right on.
Yeah, there's
God,
so
she's-
much going on. It moves and the gore is great. The gore is top notch. I love the gore. It's fun, and his costume. That guy, that character needs an action figure.
Yeah,
That
it's
kid
called
needs to
the
do an
Riddler
action-
from the new Batman. If you didn't
Oh,
know.
nice.
Huge fucking
But I love-
resemblance.
I love the light inside the mask where you can see his
Yeah.
eyes. That's a really cool choice. But it's a great, because it's like kind of like a butcher's feel to it, where it's dark and it has that like kind of almost like a like the type of texture that is like a garbage bag.
And give it up to the actor too, because he played sympathetic father who was keeping a
Mhm.
secret and a lie to the sadistic murderer almost. Like he took pleasure within those kills, and you could tell. Like whenever he's holding up the mask at one point like a puppet, and then he actually uses the body as a puppet. He's having fun with these kills. Like he enjoys it. And that's his double life. That's his dirty secret. He's so good at the job, he can't help but to enjoy himself at it. And that's probably why he's good at it. It's,
He
You
does
gotta be a
that, his
bear,
character
be a
does that.
grizzly.
what was
His
that?
character does that too. At times you can see a distinct change between father and then butcher, and he does it with his voice too. Like when he goes like full maniac a few times, his voice is completely different, which to me it's like if you're wearing a mask and you hear that voice, that'd be fucking creepy.
Yeah, and he can sing too. That motherfucker.
Yeah,
can
he
sing
absolutely
like
can
son of a
sing.
bitch. And even though I know they're lip syncing with like the soundtrack, like you can tell it's
Yeah.
not, they're not singing in person. These things, everyone kills it. Everyone does a great job. Everyone emotes. Everyone moves their mouths in interesting ways. I was just totally enthralled by this movie, and
I want to see it. I want to see it live because I
Yeah.
love to
love.
see it live.
Did you guys? I loved Hedwig, the angry Hedwig, the
Inch.
Angry Inch live is amazing. Rocky Horror. I love live rock, especially when they have a band. When there's an actual live band playing, I would love to see this live. It would be fucking awesome.
That would rock.
I read
yeah.
that the ending is changed from the stage production. Like
Mhm.
apparently Nathan does not die at the end of the stage performance.
Interesting.
I was gonna say, yeah, the ending was pretty awesome. That it ends on a stage and they're all performing on a stage. That was really cool because he went from all those different rooms to the stage. I really enjoyed that. And then her
Play within a
falling on
play.
that end, bro.
Yeah.
Go on.
The other thing is, I thought that was the 1 week thing at the end where she doesn't get the company, and I kind of wanted her to get the company. And then the 3 siblings come out and they're like, "Well, Amber gets it. Paris Hilton gets this shit, and that's the way it is. And I'll fucking kill you, motherfuckers." I was like,
I mean, she did save the film, so she kind of deserves it.
I just don't know, man. I just wanted. I don't. It was such a weird ending, but I guess her freedom is what she needed, and I thought that was kind of cool. But this,
I laughed that she donated her face or whatever for charity, and then the other brother bought it.
Anyway.
But the other brother killed the top 3 bidders before that point.
Yeah.
So, in kind of a Star Wars twist, this is supposed to be the middle of a trilogy, and they wanted to do the prequel next and then do the sequel. But obviously that never happened because $188,000 is all that brought in. So, but this is a cult classic. This is a lot of top 25 cult lists, and people love this movie, and I can see why. Like, now that I've seen it, I would definitely want to share this with other people and get the word out there because it holds up. It's good. It's damn good, and it's fun. So, Raph, can't hear you.
Well, that's what we're doing with this podcast.
That's right. We're
Sharing
preaching the good word. Good sir.
Testify.
The word of horror movies are coming your way.
Sing it. You got to sing it.
Now the word of horror movies. I don't got anything.
All right.
The Blu-ray actually, the Blu-ray had no play movie button. You had to hit testify to get it to start playing.
Very nice. You got testify. Was there a commentary track? Do you know? Because I would. Like
well, there has to be because the opening paragraph said the views expressed in this are just on the individuals and not on the company that made Saw, whatever, Lionsgate.
Yeah, and Twisted Pictures. Yeah, when I saw Twisted Pictures, because I didn't realize Darren Lynn Bousman directed this, I was like, Saw people made this, and then his name popped up. I was like, oh, I totally fucking forgot that he directed this.
I'm pretty sure that's how they marketed the movie when it came out. Was like, hey, remember all these Saw movies you love? Well, you know, the company that produced that also produced this.
Yeah,
dude. On that note, I don't remember any marketing for this at all. Like I don't
really.
until I saw it on the shelf of Blockbuster. I never even heard of it.
And can you imagine the poor Blockbuster guy who gets it and is like, "Where the fuck do I put this? Where's my goth rock opera section? There's just one giant shelf and it's just by itself."
That's it. Like,
I know I mentioned that it came out at the same time as Repo Man, but now I'm even thinking. Now that we start talking about the fact that, you know, Anthony Stewart Head's character is such a butcher, there's a third movie that came out around this time called Midnight Meat Train, which is also about a character butchering people. Like, literally all in 2008.
Bradley Cooper, right?
Yeah.
I was saying, like, all these movies about this exact kind of weird, very subset of horror where that has to do with butchery and everything. 3 different movies at one time. It's probably pretty easy to get lost in the fray.
That was Bradley Cooper, right? Who's in that?
It was,
yeah.
Vinnie Jones too.
That's a fucked up movie. It's good though. Definitely put that on your extreme gore list because that movie fucking provides you with buckets and buckets of blood. Anything else about the movie, guys? Anything else you want to say specifically?
I just absolutely, I love it when I come across something that I had no idea I would love so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. I love the songs. I love the gore.
This is going to become like an annual watch for you, David?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Nice.
Crank it. I'm going to crank it up. I love it. I'm actually looking online trying to find tickets. There was a live performance in Salt Lake City in January. So
Really?
I am like, there's a great little theater here in Dallas called Oh Look. It's actually I think it's in Grapevine maybe. They do the Evil Dead musical every year. And I'm like, okay, guys, you got to do this. This has got to be on your to-do. They also did the Silence of the Lambs musical. Which was also amazing, but COVID fucked them up pretty bad. Hopefully they can get back to it, but yeah, I loved it, man. So much fun.
I feel like I've seen Silence of the Lambs.
He's been turned into a dog.
That's pretty funny. I
Let's
know.
call him
Like,
Doggy.
holy shit. He got turned into a toad.
All right. So if
Would
you
have
have
guessed a
to,
duck.
if you had to pick one song as like your favorite from this movie,
It's
what
the
would it be?
17 song.
17.
Yeah. So much fun. So much angst. And it's like that just rebellion thing. And then it was just the effects were really cool. The way the room turned into like a stage. And just it was so much fun. And again, it's like this is like ADD wet dream movie. You know, you're just like, I'm bored. No, I'm not. I'm bored. No, I'm not. I'm bored. No, I'm not. There's just it's almost like they they took a bunch of ADD people and like, when do you lose interest? They're like 30 seconds. Okay. It's like the makers of TikTok saw this movie and they're like, this is how you
got
do
it. Yeah. It's like how Walt Disney would like walk and see how or count how many steps people would take before they threw trash away, and that's how close he put his trash cans in Disney World. That's
How
what
funny.
the creator of this movie did with deficit disorder people. Yeah.
It also feels like it was a movie where Alexa Vega, this was kind of her graduation movie, because before this she'd done all those Spy Kids movies, and so this movie kind of let her shed a lot of that and do something a lot more adult, and then she just hit the ground running. After this she did like Machete, a ton of other stuff, and so
Sin City, the second one.
yeah. So she really got to kind of show off her chops, and like you said, 17, I'd definitely say it'd probably be my favorite song too. It just really encapsulates what she's going through.
And also, there's something incredibly sexy, and I know this probably sounds perverted, but she's in that little skimpy T-shirt, but you never see anything.
Bro,
And I
she's
think that-
17. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're in Texas. Thank you, Governor Abbott. The one thing Governor
That doesn't
Abbott
make
has
it sound
done-
better.
David,
No, it
I
doesn't
really
make it
thought you
sound
were
better.
gonna go with the bald head thing for a second. Like I don't know what
No.
it is about it, but just the way I can see my reflection when she's
But it was shot very well because you never see anything, but it's almost
But
like
we
when
were looking.
It's like when Ariel, the
Were you
Little
doing one of
Mermaid,
these
turns
numbers?
into a human. You never see her cooch, but there it is. You know it's there
you
somewhere.
know it's there.
Uh,
It is a
Exhibit-
little- it is a little
Exhibit-
scaly,
Top
though.
with the human bottom.
This is
Bottom.
the cast that's going to be known as Exhibit A.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Oh,
there's
God.
plenty of more evidence.
Thank you, Governor Abbott. 17, legal in Texas. Praise Jesus.
Oh my God, we are going to jail. All right,
Ducky,
guys.
Ducky, we were asking,
or
we were asking
I
everyone
am
for their
going
favorite song.
or I'm going to Congress. One of the two.
What was that, Richie? I'm sorry, I missed it.
So I was asking everybody what their favorite song in the movie was.
Oh, my favorite song is probably 17. I really enjoyed
Everybody's
that.
no.
Yeah.
Mine was number 2. The first one, the dad sings, Nathan, the doctor. That's when I started really enjoying the movie, when he was singing it.
I like the Repo Man song at the beginning too. That
That-
just
yeah,
was
that
just
was
like
good.
Repo, and I was like, right on, I can make this musical. I don't have to try too hard. And then I like the "I Love You" song at the end. I thought that was pretty
That
great.
was that song got me at the end, honestly. Like I thought I hadn't been caring as much, but that song got me at the end.
And the actual opera song where she's singing and then she pulls out her eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, this is pretty cool. I was like, we actually get some opera in this. This is badass. So, I mean, I dug it across the board. Like I said, I wish there was an earworm, though. I wish there was that one song that you took away from it, like Phantom of the Opera, where you could think about it all the time. But, like, it is what it is. It's like Jay. I like what Jay said. It's an opera, not a musical. So, deal with it, bitches. All right. Do we recommend? Let's go down the line. Raph, do you recommend this movie?
Yeah, it was fun.
Fuck yeah. Jay, do you recommend it?
Absolutely. 5 by 5.
Hell yeah. Miles, do you recommend it?
Hell yeah, dude. Definitely worth at least experiencing it once, I'd say, for sure.
Nice. David, recommend it? Yes, no?
I would recommend it to people that agree with the 17 is legal law in Texas. Yes, if you agree with that, then I will recommend it to you.
Bye, Jay.
B.
Jay, what you did was right by
Jay
leaving.
SpongeBob McClintock over there.
Jay
I
McRepo.
didn't write the law. Don't
David, it says
hate
Jay
me.
McRepo, not Jay McRapo down there. Fucking statutory and shit. Richie, do you recommend that you not agree with David?
Well, if David's in charge, that explains why nobody saw the movie. But I would definitely say this is something different, and I enjoy difference, especially in movies. So I would definitely recommend this. Show off your film history knowledge.
I'm
by
still
throwing this one out
shocked
there.
that you didn't see it before you recommended it for the cast. though.
I told you that. I told you that, Ducky.
I know.
I did
know.
know Malone like that, and it turned out to be a good one.
No, yeah, No Malone. No Malone was a fucking classic, Raph. Thanks.
I was holding everything in this. Like I was assuming that my dad had good taste when I
Yeah,
recommended.
and he
this one.
did. Your dad had good taste. He killed it. So this movie rocked. I think it is great. I think it is fun. I think it is a high recommendation. So yes, watch it, enjoy it, and become a cult classic fan with the rest of us. Sorry, the alcohol took effect. With
Dress
that
up as the
said-
Repo Man when it's at the theater.
Repo Man.
That's a cool outfit, man. I want to do it because I love the lights inside the eyes. It's so cool.
Hell yeah. All right,
Great
let's
for
watch some
S&M
clips.
too.
Clipping it up. You guys ready?
If you didn't
Repo
clip the
Man.
puppet, bro, you're fired,
Oh shit, that's loud. Did I clip the what?
I said if you didn't clip the puppet scene, you're fired. Doug.
Oh yeah. I clipped it. Repo Man.
The whole time I was watching this, I was trying to think of it as being on a stage.
Oh yeah. And it was a single like scene for the stage too. They like did the whole thing
Yeah.
like a single scene.
But he always has a way of finding you.
Look, Jay, it's Kenny.
He will come at your weakest hour.
It really.
When
It
no
does,
one
it's
around
Kenneth Crowe,
will
dude.
rescue you. And until our debts are clear, we will live in fear of the...
Good kills, man.
Nice.
That puts the Riddler outfit to shame.
Yeah, dude. It's totally the Riddler outfit though.
So you know who that guy is, right?
Dano.
The guy who's playing the Repo Man right now is actually the grave robber.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the opening scenes, it was the grave robber under
Yeah.
the costume.
Cool city. This sold. I know it's bad CGI, but like I thought
Still
it was
cool
a
though,
cool
man.
fucking-
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You wanted to explore the city more, didn't you?
For me,
It
like,
was intentionally bad.
that's the thing. Sometimes like it sets the scene. It sets kind of like a feeling. You know what I mean? Even though it's not like photorealistic, it's just this.
You know what it reminded me of? Did you guys ever play Borderlands?
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
It reminds me of the Borderlands skins.
The cell shading.
Yeah, the cell shading. Thank you.
This is why they had comic book scenes at the beginning, I'm sure, because of the amount of money to CGI something like that.
Shoot the messenger. Oh! The grave robber.
It's quick. It's clean.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to try something.
It could change your life. Rest.
I like that it just
Sure.
comes out. Like you don't have to process it or cook it.
There's no
You just
snot
stick
in
You
there.
just stick a needle in some dead dude's brain,
And
pull
you get
back,
blue
and you're-
goo.
you got a drug. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 20th
Then you just put it on your
century.
skin and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Just rub it on your dick.
It is the
Whoa.
blue pill, bro. Look.
Bro, stays young.
To steal and rob.
Not sure why he screamed, but okay.
We have grave robbers on premises. I repeat, grave robbers
Yeah.
on premises.
Care for the
I
Move the
just
story
I
forward.
clipped this part because of the body piles was nightmare.
Oh, that's really
and I
cool,
thought it
man.
was
Yeah.
cool.
petty
That guy
obsessions.
jizzes on
Your
himself.
designer heart still beats with common blood.
Cool
That
hallway.
reminds me of the orgy I was in once.
Oh shit! With all the dead bodies.
With all the 17-year-olds.
Necrophilia.
Well, no, they were a bunch of
those are
80,
bad
bunch of like
jokes.
50-year-olds, so they kind of looked like dead bodies.
You're
I
on
really liked the holograms here.
Exhibit.
They're
Yes,
really cool.
that's
Yeah.
cool hallway. I thought this
But
was
it's-
badass.
It's
like,
really messed up that you have a bunch of pictures of your deceased wife that are constantly looking at you and moving around. Like
Yeah.
that's just so much extra torment.
well, it just shows his obsession because that's what it's about. His keeping his daughter captured. He's keeping the last bit of his wife alive. You know what I mean?
Constant
And
reminder.
his obsession with his dead wife has consumed him. So it's just.
And
it's... Go, Jay.
you compare it. Well, you compare it to the other. This is very comparative to what Mr. Freeze does.
Absolutely.
it's,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, good
So
point.
he's
A
the perfect Batman.
secondary.
Speaking of which,
Secondary
at the
villain.
end of the hallway, there is not a hologram, but a body behind a window, and I couldn't help but to think maybe that was his wife. They never say that specifically, but maybe he has embalmed her or something like that. I see at the end of the hallway. Is that his wife right there?
Oh,
This looks like another
Oh,
picture to me.
Dude,
Honestly,
I thought it
It
looked like
looked
a body.
different. Yeah, it looked different
Does
every
it?
time they
Okay.
showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Did anyone
it's-
else get Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I said another thing. This kind of reminds me of this has a very much like a music video feel. This really reminded me a lot of "I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That" with Meatloaf.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got that very theatrical kind of used to it. And I thought it was also ironic because Meatloaf was also in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Because it's very obviously this movie was heavily influenced by that.
I would love to get a Jim Steinman fucking musical. I don't think he ever wrote any musicals, but he wrote so many good songs, and he wrote Meatloaf's first album, of course, and the Bat Out of Hell too. But yeah, I would love to see a musical made out of the music that he produced over time. That would be really cool.
A musical or an opera?
Well, I mean, shit, it could fall under opera. You're right, man. Like his music was just crazy.
Rock opera.
Rock opera.
Rock opera.
I like his sweater. It's pretty sweet.
I'm gonna get one. What's up, puppy?
Yeah, that looks like a body in there, man.
Yeah, I think it's a body.
Yeah, it's not a
little bit of incest.
Where the fuck is Dad, brothers?
He left me in charge, sister.
I don't take
Lip from a slut.
My brother and sister should
Bobby, shut the
I love that
fuck
mask.
up. I'm the smartest and the toughest. I will find a hole and fuck it. Luigi, don't take shit from no
I thought this team was going in a different direction at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm glad.
Yeah, I was like, there we go.
So did my dick.
Chop Top came to play.
I was like, all right, let's go. Oh, shit.
Human puppet. Oh, yeah.
So good, man.
That's pretty cool.
A lot of this has like early Marilyn Manson music video vibe.
Yeah. Got to do it. Got to do it like a
How'd that guy keep a straight face?
Method.
But this is what I'm saying. He has fun with it. He likes being
Yeah.
the Repo Man. He enjoys being it. Like
I was talking about the puppet.
The guy playing the dead body is who would be I would be dying.
That's what I
every
was
time tried to
saying.
sing,
Yeah. I wonder how many takes that took. I'm sure there's a gag reel.
blowjobs. I don't know why I clipped it, but I thought it was funny.
Because it's funny.
He just
He's
getting
planning to
sucked
revisit
on.
it later.
Yeah.
That's a cool mask, man.
It is really cool.
It said one of the first masks, I think, was the director's girlfriend's face.
No, that's hot.
That's just nasty. I literally said nasty out loud when this shit happened.
Nasty.
He pulled out the spine.
Dude, the gore is so good in this.
It really is.
Paris
Oh,
Hilton?
I love that. I love that looking at the barcode.
Yeah, I thought
So,
that was cool too.
This is the first time you realized it was her?
Yeah, no, after this even.
Oh, wow.
I think, yeah, it was after this for me too.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, that girl's doing really good. Like in my head, I was like, she's doing really good in this role. And then I saw this Paris Hilton, I was like, what the fuck?
And when the gun goes off, Miss Sweet is ready for surgery.
It's a badass outfit.
What, the one the guys are wearing?
No, what? Yeah. What? Wait.
Those leather chaps, bro.
And see, it tells you earlier that she changes her face a lot. So when I saw it was Paris, I thought, are there multiple people playing this role? So that's when I actually looked it up and I was like, oh shit, it's been her the whole time.
Yeah. And then I wonder if she's going to get rid of that big old honker she got. Oh, I remember. What? She doesn't have a big nose? I got a big nose. I can say she got a He's killing it. Give the man an Oscar or whatever the horror equivalent is.
Tony?
He literally chopped the guy's head off. You get to see the second.
While singing. I don't think he can use those body parts again either, so I don't know if he's a really good Repo man.
Yeah, what was the point of just slicing and dicing?
That's just to release the beast in that scene. That's all they cared about.
And like, if you're just there to like repossess like a kidney, wouldn't you just go ahead and just like take everything at that point? Like,
Miles, he's an artist. Jesus.
That's in the fine print of the contract, man.
He has
You can only take back
integrity,
what
all
they
right?
have.
Yes.
The repo code.
What you don't know, there's other repo men in other cities, and so there is a bar that has been set that he has to reach Because just like with comedy, the Austin comics will talk shit about the Dallas comics and vice versa. He has got to fucking keep his game up here.
You're saying you don't want him to have an audit?
No.
Projector eyes.
Don't look back till you're free.
Those were cool as shit, dude.
Yes, they were.
I thought she did a pretty good job in this movie too.
This is apparently like a famous opera singer, and this was her first movie role.
She killed it.
Those effects are really good.
It reminds me of the dog in Cowboy Bebop.
Hey, it's Joan Jett, bitches.
Hey, what came first, this or Evanescence?
Evanescence.
Evanescence.
Yeah, that was early
when I in high
2000s.
school.
Yeah.
Late 90s.
Yeah, I was jerking off to it.
All right, yeah, I was jerking off to Joan Jett. Sweet Jesus.
But not to the 17-year-old.
David's favorite shirt in the movie.
I'll be honest, I knew I
there.
recognized her in the movie, but I did not recognize it was Joan Jett until you said that. I was like, that's exactly who it was. But that makes that song even cooler.
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm into older women like a son of a bitch. Testify.
Yeah, I always thought Joan Jett was dead.
Dude,
That's
older
why
women-
you and David are friends. You don't have to
older
compete.
women are hot, man. Older women are hot because they usually make more money and they know how to do stuff better. And they can
Yes,
cook. They can give you a blowjob while making a butt cake.
Yeah.
So we've heard David's spectrum just based on this movie alone. Just based on that one song alone. It's 17 or younger or 50 or older. Yeah.
Yeah. He basically just ignores women between like 20 and 40.
There's a good shot. Thanks, Doug.
This is the smallest theater too.
Well, the town was in shambles. There can't be that many people who live there.
Yeah.
This is all the rich people in one room.
My liver was wrecked, but
Now I can drink as much as I want.
I don't know what that means. Fuck these eyes.
When you see the fingernail, that's when you realize what's about to happen.
That's what I was like, holy shit, she's gonna
A good reveal.
No, I didn't see that happen.
Oh, damn.
But then it sucks so bad that she just gets killed right here. Like, she has to go through this, and then she doesn't even get her freedom.
But she said she accepted it at one point.
That was her fuck you to him. She knew.
Yeah, that was more important than living.
Yeah,
But I still think he wins when he drops her on that fence.
I agree.
Which is literally 2 seconds later, so it's a short-lived victory.
Wow.
Even he was like,
I
oh
feel like
shit.
she won that.
The reveal.
He knew she was.
Riddler down, Riddler down.
Wake me up.
What'd you say, Jay?
I was doing the Evanescence, so I was like, wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
A teaspoon. A teaspoon of sugar.
It's not your fault. It's me who failed you. It is medicine. I'm the cause of all your sickness.
And they start doing smack.
Smoke this crap. The epic climax. And that's it. And then Love You So Much. I thought this song was good.
The song is very good.
Did anyone cry? Be honest.
I teared up. Yeah.
Yeah, after
I mean, I cried because I was so happy.
Goth opera.
Goth opera. Blood saga.
I'm telling you, that's Kenneth K. Like,
No, his voice is exactly
it's so crazy, dude. And Bill Moseley being Bill Moseley.
I can't hear you. I can't fucking hear you, you fucking peasants. You gotta start a fight.
Channeling a Jim Carrey
Jesus
right there.
Christ.
Bill Moseley's the best. All right, guys, recommendations. Let's see what we got. First of all, we're going to have to do it. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I do recommend this movie because I recommend that I try to actually watch this son of a bitch because I can't get through it. Has anyone ever gotten through this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Love it,
millions
man.
and millions of people.
Love it,
Love
love it,
this movie.
I picked it
I
because
mean, it's a movie you have to watch in the theater with other people. You
It's a
don't wanna
cult
watch this
movie,
at
yeah,
home.
it's the
Yeah,
one
you
where
don't want to
they-
watch because it's about the audience interacting with what's on the screen. You can't watch this movie at home.
If you watch Rocky Horror Picture, if you watch Rocky Horror Picture Show without other people looking at you, does it even count? I mean,
No.
like, it's
Is this the one where they throw the spoons?
Only if you're wearing heels.
Yes. There's a bunch of shit happening. Throwing spoons or yelling at certain
Is this
stuff.
spoons or is it the room they throw the spoons? I can't remember what this is.
No, this is the one they throw spoons.
All right, so throwing the spoons. Next, I'm going to recommend Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah, this is
1986
great,
version.
man.
Nice.
I would consider it a horror movie. I would put it in the
It is.
Did you ever notice the scene where my wife played this for her class, and one of the kids pointed something out really interesting? In the doctor's office, there's a woman that walks by, and the plant smells her crotch because she's on her period.
That's awesome.
You've had some very specific details this
There it is, right there. There it
I just
is.
wanna point that
There it is.
That's
That was it right
hilarious.
there. There it is. Yeah, get it.
Yeah. I love this movie. It's great.
That plant was trying to eat ass before it was cool, dude.
Did you know this movie was directed by Frank Oz, who also?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, Frank Oz is the shit. He's always making awesome stuff.
I
My
love.
parents,
Oh,
my
he's
parents
so
owned this
good
on
in this.
VHS.
He is
And
so
in
good
the
this.
original Little Shop of Horror movies, the original Roger Corman movie, do you know who played that? Not the dentist, but the character that was Bill Murray's character.
No.
Jack Nicholson.
That's right. Jack Nicholson was in the
Wow.
original. Isn't that fucking crazy? Awesomeness. Great movie. Do you guys have any recommendations, whether it's a musical or something?
I
that's
do.
called
I
classic?
do. I would like to recommend Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That is a fantastic rock opera. And I would like to recommend a music video, if you guys don't mind.
Let's hit it. Let's put it up.
All right. It's the band Winger, and the song is called She's Only 17. It's really, really good.
I am not pulling that up, David Jessup. It's not happening. You played that like a fucking champ, good sir. My God. All right, next recommendation. Fuck that.
Got a couple of them I'll do.
All right, what you got?
Both of them are they're not really connected to this film as much as parts of this film reminded me of them. One of them is actually a movie that Jay just brought up in our group chat. It's Popcorn from 1991. There's like a face stealing concept in that movie that it kind of reminded me of the dude that wears other people's faces. But the other one is, if you were a fan of the comic book scene specifically, little over a year ago, Shudder did an exclusive. It was a Creep Show animated special.
Yes.
And it's real cool. Two stories that were done in that like comic books animated style.
The guy that was eating himself.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah,
good.
that's a
I actually
great
think I like
story.
the tweeting at the circus one slightly more, but the guy on the island was gnarly.
Yeah.
Funny fact about the tweeting at the circus short on Creep Show. It's one of the first times my hometown was ever mentioned in a movie in a horror capacity. It mentions Plano, Texas,
wow.
specifically in that short. I was really like, oh yay! It's just fun.
We made it.
Usually it's just
Yeah.
drugs when they're talking about Plano.
Yeah, now we're talking about zombie circuses.
I gotta go to Plano. Raph, Richie, do you have anything?
Yeah, I got Sweeney Todd.
Fuck yes.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
That's a great
Dude,
one.
I saw
Yeah.
that live, a local version of that, and it was so amazing live,
Yeah.
man. It's really good.
And also Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know
Hell
what?
yeah.
I was gonna do that as a recommend, but I didn't.
Aw.
Okay.
I was
That's a
like,
good
I gotta put
recommendation.
something else, but
Yeah.
I love
Have you ever
it.
seen the Nightmare Before Christmas parody they do? And it's about when he's doing the snow. What's this? Oh, he goes, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. You know
Yep.
it's really cold. Fuck
Yeah.
this. Fuck this. It's
That's
getting
funny.
in my soul.
Richie, what you got?
Well, I mean, clearly we're all missing the elephant in the room here. The easiest transition from, especially for David, would be Sound of Music for, I am 16 going on 17.
I mean, it checks the horror list. It's got Nazis in it.
Yep.
It's
Got
one of the
Nazis.
longest movies of all time that I never wish to see again. But for the 17 joke, we can recommend it.
I've never seen it.
Jay, did you recommend something?
No, but I can. Kind of another forgotten movie. It came out around the same time as Popcorn. It has to do with very much in kind of the same vein of organs and things and whatnot. Is the movie Body Parts with Jeff Fahey?
Oh, Jeff Fahey, yes.
It's a classic. He gets somebody else's. I believe it's somebody else's arm, and he starts actually getting the memories and whatnot of the person before him. So it's kind of a
and that's a real thing that happens, man. That people get body parts from someone else put inside of them, and they take on that person's personality.
Or traits or stuff like that. It's fucking
Yep.
crazy. Right on. Well, that is a look at Repo, the genetic opera. We appreciate you checking us out. Miles, where can they find you on the internet?
You can check me out everywhere at Mr. Most Days Off, and along with Richie, you can check out our Simpsons podcast, the Best Darn Diddly Review Show. That's DIDDLY.
Right on. Richie, where can they find you on the internet?
I am at the Wiz _kid 23. I almost never respond unless you directly tweet at me because social media is annoying these days. But you should definitely follow our podcast. And since he didn't give you the @ I'll hit you with that @ That's at Best Darn Diddly, the DIDDLY part that he mentioned.
Yeah. Raph, how about you? Where can they find your stuff?
First of all, check out their podcast. They just put it out last night. They roast each other. They roast their guests for the first 10 minutes. It's fucking hilarious.
Who did we have on?
It was the guy that canceled with the baby.
Oh.
Bro, it was so fucking good. Oh, bro, I still didn't finish it. But yeah, find me at RFLSON87. I'll be changing that. And thank you guys. I got a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of views. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'll be putting more content out soon. Thank you.
I don't think that was us. I think that was all you, man. Because anyhow, David, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Stop Motion Nightmares on Facebook if you want to look at my stop motion videos. And if you want to go to the Instagram, look up Children of Dave, and I post my kit bashes, and I'm working on one for Raph right now. And if you're on the Reddit, look up Geiger Drone. So I like to have as many different names as possible.
Yes, it makes it easy to find you. Yep. And you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all the podcasts. Hopefully, we're going to do another We Are Error this week. I'm excited for that. You can check out our social media at /WeArePodcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, and you can find us, of course, every Monday here for Camp/Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past, live at 8 p.m. Central on Twitch. Next week will be Velocipaster, which is Raph's birthday pick. I don't even know what's going on with this movie. I am terrified.
That's Hope's pick. I'm going to blame her for that.
All right, Hope. How dare you? With that said, guys, keep horror in your heart. Thank you so much for being here for the podcast, guys. I really appreciate it. Keep horror in your motherfucking heart. And we will cut the feed. Take care, everybody.